What's up po mga paps, here we go again for another video. As you can see, meron na namang mainit-init na unit na inilabas si Suzuki Philippines for the small displacement backbone. It's been more than a year since inirelease ng Suzuki Philippines yung Gixxer 155SF, and now meron na namang silang inirelease na bagong unit sa small displacement backbone category. Ito ang Suzuki V-Strom 160 at Suzuki DR160. Both share the same engine, 162cc, single-cylinder, 4-stroke, 2 valves, air-cooled, with a power of 15 HP at 8,000 RPM, or I think 4.7 HP at 8,000 RPM, and 14.6 Newton meters of torque for the both of them. And they only differ with the build and purpose. Basically, they're just upsized Gixxer 155 engine with a different body. The starter inside on the V-Strom 160. As you can see, V-Strom 160 is an adventure ready. It's an adventure ready, equipped with ABS. By the way, both of them has ABS. It has 17-inch wheel, rugged dual sport tire that can conquer different terrain. It's priced at 146k. So, mag-comment naman kayo kung what are your thoughts for the price. On the other hand, the DR160 is a dual sport type with an estimated 19-inch front and 17-inch wheel, naka-rim, at trail ready na, at price at 129k. It's okay now. For my insights, so for me, I have a high expectation on V-Strom 160 since my wife is a fan of V-Strom 250XX. I also like the overall forma of the V-Strom 160, but I don't like the handlebar. Kasi yung handlebar ko kasi na parang cruiser type, pero hindi naman siya gaano ka noticeable pag sa hawak. But pag ikaw na yung rider, especially you're using the bike, no? Ganito adventure bike are built like this, but I don't like the cockpit with the very high handlebar. Or that's the only thing I don't like with it. V-Strom 160. If I ever own this bike, talagang papalitan ko yung handlebar ng Domino handlebar. I think yung riser o yung Pro Taper na riser handlebar. Crash guard at box na lang kulang, goods na goods na yung V-Strom 160. Wala ka nang papalitan pa at idagdag na ipapamag mo pang adventure bike kasi adventure bike na talaga siya, 160cc. When I'm looking at the DR160, it feels like a Honda XR150L. Parang magkahawig sila ng design at build, no? But it's more powerful. It has already equipped with the top box bracket, just like the XR150. But that's not available on the V-Strom 160. No? As you can see, zoom nyo yung image ng V-Strom at DR, no? Wala pong top box bracket yung V-Strom. Meanwhile, may top box bracket naman yung DR160. So for me, nag-research ako. I'm just searching dual sport or dirt bike as my next bike. I'm considering the KLX 150S and Honda XR150 because pumapasok kami sa Shinda, which has a very rough road, although capable naman yung Gixxer but not so good in dealing with rough terrains. Unlike with dual sport bikes na kinakain lang yan pang merienda sa umaga yung trails. Now, ni-release ng Suzuki na bike na hanap-hanap ko since middle ground ko is dapat is XR150L pero dapat fuel injected na. And they released this very beautiful bike, the V-Strom 160 and the DR160, for the KLX. Para sa nasa carb ng XR eh. So the 2-valve and air-cooled issue, madami na namang magbabash bakit daw 2 valves at air-cooled. The 2 valves and air-cooled is not an issue for me. It's just Suzuki making a low maintenance bike with a daunting appearance. Gixxer is a living proof of that. Kung gusto nyo high performance, mag-raider kayo. Period. Huwag kayong kumuha ng ibang unit ng Suzuki. Kung gusto nyo namang mabilis, raider na diretso. Okay? Given it has 50 kilometers per liter gas consumption, that is super tipid with a 150cc category. Literally, Suzuki is now focusing on forma with practicality. Air-cooled means low maintenance. Of course, wala kang coolant, no problem. Overheat, kahit ikotin mo pa yung buong Negros, di yan mag-overheat. In this crisis on fuel, you'll love the Suzuki because it is very fuel efficient. Testament ako dyan. Suzuki Gixxer, 53 kilometers per liter, I think 40 kung walwala na. In the price tag, it seems V-Strom is yet moreover, but we don't know that what's so premium about this bike. But konting ipon na lang, meron ka ng CB150X. Let's compare to the Honda CRF150L with the same price range. Honda's premium chassis and suspension, I think all-ins ata yung inverted fork niya, so yung V-Strom hindi. So ako yung titingin, parang telescopic fork lang ng Suzuki Gixxer, no? But this is a powerful one. We never know unless we try to see it in the actual. Bakit naging 146k yung Suzuki V-Strom. In the other hand, the DR160 is pretty worth it in its price, 126k compared to Honda XR150 and the Kawasaki KLX 150S. This bike is pretty much worth the price with a small difference. DR160 is already fuel injected with the ABS, which KLX and XR lacks. Kasi carb type pa yung dalawang unit na yan. If I were to get one, I would go with DR160 because I need a capable bike for my home service blood collection. Upang iwas scam. As you can see on my previous video, the Sniper, I used the Sniper 155 because I don't know the place where I will collect some blood. So I picked the Sniper 150 because yan na yung nagamit ko papuntang work. So I have no choice but to use the Sniper 150. Pangiwas scam sa daan kasi minsan may mga lugar talaga dito na di kaya ng Suzuki Gixxer 155 natin. But I would buy the V-Strom 160 if I would love to have their own adventure bike. It is fitted for her and a practical choice for a daily commute. On my conclusion, there were its choice for being a practical in our daily commute. My wife is not really impressed with the V-Strom 160 because she wants the V-Strom 250 SX, but the issue is the height because she can't reach the V-Strom SX 250 with a height of I think 840 millimeters seat height, but she can handle the Suzuki Gixxer very well. That's a 790 millimeter of seat height for a 2033 model. Now with the V-Strom 160, it has the same body, the same seat height with my Suzuki Gixxer 155. Now she can handle it very fine. For me, I like the DR160 because compared to KLXS, it is already a fuel injected machine. It also equips a top box bracket with ABS, fuel efficient. By the way, it has also 13 liters of tank. In the end of the day, we all have our differences, preferences, and anything that wants to keep you happy. So, for my insights, that's all. All goods yung dalawang motor na yan. No problem with the engine kasi magkaparehas lang design. Upsize, Gixxer talaga. Plus 7mm lang talaga sa overall I think overall engine capacity. No? Mas powerful, mas fuel. Although hindi naman mas fuel efficient, pero fuel efficient talaga. So that's all for today's vlog, mga paps. See you on the next one.